Today we're going to be talking about what Wall Street Bets isn't telling you about Sundial growers. Let's get into the video. Hi everyone, my name is Zach and welcome back to Finance Bro. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please comment your favorite stock at the moment, why it's your favorite stock at the moment, and also leave a like and subscribe as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys want to start trading or investing in Sundial growers or any other stock for that matter, then go ahead and get your 2 free stocks from down below in the description by signing up with WeBull. Without any further ado, let's get into our stock for today. Sundial. Okay, so before you guys dislike the video, get mad at me, this guy just hates retail investors, he doesn't want to see retail investors succeed, I just want to point out that I have made 10 videos on Sundial before this, going down and breaking down my exact thoughts on Sundial growers, and I am not against Sundial growers by any stretch of the imagination. I am just here to point out some things that Wall Street Bets doesn't really point out about Sundial growers for the long term of this stock. So yeah, just to prove it, I made one on 2 months ago, and then before that I also made one like 11 videos before, and we make a video a day. So the fact of the matter is, I used to make about a video on Sundial every week. So I'm not a Sundial hater, okay? I just am a realist. So yeah, I just wanted to make that clear before we start this. I am not a Sundial hater. I just want to point out some things that, Wall Street Bets doesn't. So first of all, here we are on Yahoo Finance, and obviously Sundial growers is up a lot today. So they were up to $1.13 at the market close, and they are up 5 cents in the after hours, which comes out to 4% after hours and 13% at market close. They are $2 billion stocks, so this is a stock that is very easily moved. All it has to do is go from $2 billion in market cap all the way to $4 billion in market cap, which is not that much. As you guys know, we've been talking about crypto a lot recently, and some of these Shiba Inu coins are like $4 billion and they go to $8 billion and $1 billion all the time. Stocks are a little bit more stable as there's a lot more institutional money in there. But anyways, so I just wanted to point something out on the financials. So the first thing that Wall Street Bets doesn't tell you about Sundial growers is that they're not doing very well financially. So if we take here at the income statement, the quarterly income statement, so the last income statement they had in June of in June 2020, they had $20 million of revenue. That's pretty good. That's okay for a new cannabis company. But in March 31st, 2021, which is their most recent earnings call, they posted a $9 million revenue, which is a 50% decrease from just June alone. That's also a decrease from December, and the costs. So that's not good. Revenue is going down. Let's take a look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet has gotten better. So they have a lot more total assets. Only a little bit more total liabilities, but they gained a lot in total assets. But what did they have to do to get that? They had to issue a lot more shares. So that's not good. But it's the total assets. They were stacking all of these total assets up in order to buy more revenue in the future. So they still don't have that much total debt right now, only $1.34 million in total debt. So that's not too bad. The only thing that's very concerning here is that on the quarterly, they are not making more revenue. Now, if we take a look at this article from the Motley Fool, we can come down here and we can see that the company has been busy. So Sundial has been buying and selling a lot of things recently in order to get more money as more revenue, basically, and I think that's very smart. But let's go over what they have done. It made a very strategic investment of 22 million Canadian dollars in Indiva, which makes edible cannabis products. In addition to buying shares of the company, Sundial will also provide Indiva with a term loan facility. So that is good. We want to see them expanding. It created a joint venture, which is a 50-50 split between 2 entities, and will look at potential investment opportunities in the cannabis industry. This is exactly what they need to do since they've been stacking all this cash in their total assets. but they're both globally and in Canada, including possible SPACs. So Sundial initially invested 100 million Canadian dollars in March and increased to 188 million a month later. So that is good because they need to be going into more ventures in order to create more revenue for it to be worth it to invest in the stock. It also acquired shares of Valence for $2 million, and then the most recent acquisition was announced when Sundial would acquire the shares of cannabis retailer Inner Spirit. So they're basically buying up all the competition, sort of like Disney, but that's what they need to do. They need to expand in the Canadian cannabis market, and they are doing that. So I do like that part. But the only thing is that Sundial is still sitting on lots of cash. So WallStreetBets, is pushing a bunch of different meme stocks right now. AMC, BB, Nokia, and what I would say is that while Sundial is probably going to get sympathy gains, I believe they will. It is on my top 5, or it is on my video tomorrow of 5 meme stocks to look into. But this is probably one of the more risky investments, and WallStreetBets does not really put it out that way. That is a risky investment. Here we can see, although the company has been investing its money, investors shouldn't be surprised if it continues making more moves. Sundial reported that as of May 7th, its unrestricted cash balance is $752 million. That's higher than the $719 million it reported March 15th. So they shouldn't have more money now. They should be investing all of this money into more opportunities to grow their revenue, because right now the revenue is going down, and they have so much cash that they should be improving their revenue, not decreasing it. What's great for investors is that the company isn't burning through all of its cash. I would agree that I don't think they should spend all the $752 million they have on hand right now, but I think they should be using a lot more than just the $300 million that they've spent. But that's just me. In its most recent quarter, Sundial used $34 million on its day-to-day operating activities. If it maintains that pace, its cash should last for 21 more quarters. And I'm assuming they will start, as they have more ventures, they will have to spend more money on their day-to-day operating activities. So they have less than that, but hopefully their revenue will increase. So at the end of the day, the Motley Fool goes over, should you invest in Sundial growers? Personally, I just think that this is just a meme stock right now, and the gains they're going to get in the next couple of days and the gains they got today are a little bit faux. There's a faux hawk. It's like a fake mohawk. It's like faux gains. Basically, it's going to be fake gains. It's just going to be sympathy gains off AMC. Everyone's trying to get into these new meme stocks. Which one's going to be the next one to blow up? Personally, I like BlackBerry a lot more than Sundial. But Sundial, if you're invested in it, I think that there are gains to be made. I think that WallStreetBets is wrong that Sundial Growers is a, good stock, just because they are not doing the things that they need to after, diluting people's shares to get more money. They need to be actually spending that money to get more revenue, and they're not doing that at a good enough rate, in my opinion. But I think there are gains to be had over the next couple of days. But what I would just say to you, if you get or if you hit your target goal of a percentage, like maybe 10 to 20% of Sundial growers, don't be afraid to take profits. I'm never going to tell you when to buy or sell a stock or any asset or security. But don't be afraid to take profits off the table, even if it's just covering your initial investment. But that's just, what I have to say about it. What do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'm not against Sundial Growers if you're invested in it. I think it's an okay stock. It's just not, a 100% gainer stock that some people, including WallStreetBets, thinks it is. But hey, I'm not against WallStreetBets either. I'm a member of the community. I've just seen a lot of people saying that Sundial Growers is such a good investment when, in reality, it's probably worth what it's at right now. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video.